Hey, 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 what's going on? To all you rock stars on today. We got a really bright, sunny day today. Um, and I decided to take a walk around one of the usual places that I always go to, and that's the school. Me and my sidekick out here. And I just decided to get some extra air, some extra sun. It's probably in the 70s here. Probably gonna heat up today, start heating up. And it's gorgeous, it's beautiful. It's a day, if you have the right shoes, you could walk for miles and miles and miles. And with this daylight saving time, as much as I don't like it initially in the beginning because it messes with my sleep, which is already quite compromised, I'm starting to get into a routine and a feel for it now, to where I'm not shell shocked by that hour, and it's starting to feel really great. And I'm starting to find myself wanting to walk more and more and longer and longer. And with that being the case, not last night, but this past week, I was off and I walked the distance I'm used to walking, which was like a ways away. I think I walked Friday, I was off. I think I probably walked 7 or 8 miles, and I paid for it because I hadn't been walking like that in a long time. But I used to walk like that, twice, 2 to 3 times a week. And I'm starting to feel myself get back to that type of pace and that type of walking. And as sore as I was and as tired as I was, I noticed I slept better. I stayed asleep. And when I woke up Saturday and got on the scale, I'd lost a pound. So what that's telling me is, not only do I need to hit that gym, get in that gym like I'm supposed to, and start my weight training, but I'm not walking enough. So knowing that, I'm gonna make a mental note of that and really get on it, because I know just for that one night how much of a difference it made. So, but that is not why. Now that I've given you all of this backstory and all of this about why I decided to come on, I'll get to the topic. The topic is calling for backup. These past couple of weeks for me have been very stressful. It's like with the advent of spring and everybody getting prepared for the summer, it's a lot of things are dovetailing in my life, personally, professionally, mentally, emotionally, physically, all at once. And when that happens, I tend to get thrown and tend to get real overwhelmed. It's not like there's like new things that are happening, new stresses, new pressures. It's the same old stuff, but it's like it's in one big glob. You know how you'll have one thing happen, like just say, for instance, your car is messing up, or this is messing up, or that's messing up, and you have time to focus and deal with it. And there's breathers in between, or there's time for it to work out. Well, no, okay, it's like the car messing up, then the job messing up, then your health messing up, then your relationships messing up. It's like one big glob of everything all at once, and I'm feeling overwhelmed. And what I've done is been praying on my own to do things, and that's great to a point, but I don't know what this dog is doing. That's great to a point, but sometimes in prayer, you need backup. When you're overwhelmed and life is pressing down on you in a number of ways, and it doesn't seem like there's time in between to recover, or time in between where you can sort things out the way you would like to sort them out and have the time to do all of that, you need backup. You need backup, and not just any backup, but you need backup that comes from transparency. You need backup where, you know, a brother or sister or somebody that's connected to you and invested in you, some time in you. Sometimes, I mean, as weird as it seems, you can find backup and transparency with a stranger sometimes. Sometimes you can open yourself up to a stranger in a way that you've never been able to do it. And it'll shock you sometimes how candid you could be with strangers. Y'all hold on a second, I gotta do this real fast. I'm not gonna put y'all on camera while I do this. I try not to. But anyway, but you need backup. You need backup. And sometimes that backup is hard to find. But there are some things that with prayer, you have to have somebody else praying for you and praying with you to work you through. And those backups, when you get them, those prayers are powerful. When you pray, you lay everything before the Lord as best you can. But sometimes you need that extra person who loves you, that is connected and that can pray, to back you up in the spirit. You need that emotional support. Now, if you like me, that's hard to find. You don't open yourself up to just anybody and tell everybody everything. When I say open yourself up, I don't mean tell all of your business from 1952. That's not what I mean. But when you have several life events pressing down on you at once, you need backup. You need backup. You need a sound counselor. You need a voice of wisdom to speak to you. You need that. And if you're really honest with yourself and you think about the people you know that you love and you know that love you, you already have that. You're just not willing, for whatever reason, to be transparent and tell anybody that. We have no problem saying, "Ooh, I'm happy today. Things are great. It's good." But we have a problem with saying things aren't so good. And I want things to be different. We don't have a problem with saying, "Oh, things aren't so good. Life's a mess for me. It sucks right now. I just hate how things are going." We have no problem with complaining. We have a problem with saying how bad things are and that we want them to change and we're willing to make the changes necessary. So if you already have a backup, and very few people, if you honest, there's somebody in your life that loves you. There's somebody in your life that knows how to pray. There's somebody in your life that you can choose to back you up. You already have that person. Pride, the fear of being judged, All of that is holding you back, excuse me, from asking for backup. But when situations get tough and you're overwhelmed, you need backup. Let me tell you from experience, the longer you ignore the fact that you need backup, the longer you ignore it, the worse it gets. It doesn't get better. It does not get better. Today was an overwhelming day in a lot of different areas. I recognize what I'm going through because I go through it seasonally, and it's called spiritual warfare. And the battle gets rough and tough in the spirit. And I know that the weapons of my warfare aren't carnal, but they're mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. And I know how to fight against the enemy. I know how to pray and seek God. But even with all of that, I am not an island unto myself. I'm not without the need for backup. And so today, knowing that and just feeling really overwhelmed today, I called for backup. I had to call for backup. I had to have my brother and my sister come alongside of me and just hold up my arms. I mean, it's to that point. And that's okay. After a while of calling for backup and, you know, listening to wise counsel and following it, getting on your A game and doing the things you need to do, the feeling of overwhelm will pass. It will pass. This too shall pass. But sometimes it can't. You know, a lot of the things that you go through, you pray and you seek God, and it will pass that way. But some things are not going to get any better until you call for backup. Call for a Christian counselor to go and talk to. Call for a brother or sister you know loves you and has your back. Call for someone to come in and pray with you and intervene. No, they're not going to come in and solve all your problems for you and fix everything. They're not going to move mountains or cause walls to fall. Jesus can do that. And Jesus will do that. He will do that. The Bible says that he is in the midst of two or three when they gather together. He's in the midst. That you are to offer your requests up to God. In due time, he'll exalt you if you humble yourself. And for a lot of us, for a lot of us, calling for backup is an act of humility. It's humbling. If you're used to being everybody's backup, it's super hard for you to call for backup. But it's absolutely necessary and vital that you do. It's very important. You're not an island unto yourself, and it guards you against pride. It guards you from being a mini God in your own mind and in the minds of people who look to you for more than they should look to you for. It balances everything because you're not God. And God did not create you or design you to ever think that way in your head. You are but dust that he graciously chose to put the breath of life in and form a body to do his will. That's all you are. But as it relates to your humanity, he did not create you as a solo entity, self-reliant completely. No, he created you for community. So If you mean you're a control freak and you're prideful and you're used to having your hands out to help, to fix, to pray, to intercede, to give advice, and your hands are not out to receive those things, this week, if you're overwhelmed, I want you to call for backup. If you say, well, I don't have any friends at all, you got people on YouTube in these chats that's more friends to you than your blood relatives. Sit down with a list of people that you talk to every week, and pray. Pray. Seek the Lord. Lord, I need backup. My friends, my family, they're not doing it for me. They don't understand where I'm at, or they don't want to. But I know I need help. I know I need backup. Are there any of my YouTube rock stars that I could reach out to? Is there anybody that I can call for backup? Because that's what I did. I called 2 rock stars this morning, and they were on it. They were equipped, and they were ready. And I love them dearly. But yeah, that's your homework assignment for this week. That's your homework assignment for this week. When you are overwhelmed, do not stay on the island, Gilligan. Call for backup. Call for backup. Have an awesome, awesome Tuesday and a fantastic rest of the week.